And we are live with the Creatia Conversation, the number one news source on Pornhub for all that nerd-ish. I am your host today because I thought we'd switch it up. The patron saint of podcasting, the word Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my co-host this afternoon. It's still morning. Lord Cussalot, Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. T-Money, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC.
What's happening?
I almost said sir.
I know. Here's the thing. I even almost say sir on occasion, so I get it. I was Sir Cuss-a-Lot for so long. And then
You were.
I became a lord,
Yeah.
And all that changed.
That was the worst thing Amani could have ever done. It really was.
I'm gonna start putting it on official documents. Don't make no mistake. It'll start happening. Only reason why I have it is because I keep forgetting to do it.
I'm not surprised. How you doing today, Travis? What's going on?
Oh, I'm swell, sir. Just swell. Got a new light. Finally got another Bluetooth earpiece because I hadn't had one for like weeks. And having to hold the phone to my ear is honestly the worst thing ever.
Like, when you watch the show, Amani, and you hear like Travis tell you not to say things to me because it's just going to feed my ego and make me worse, giving him lordship is like the top tier worst thing that you could have done for his ego and just him being him. Like, that is pumping him up to the nth degree.
And all of you love me anyway. I should tell you something.
Well, debatable. So last night, real quick story time.
Story time.
Got off work, ran to the grocery store, stopped by the house to drop shit off because we're doing this in the morning, and this is when I normally go before work.
Mm-hmm.
I unload my car into the garage, taking everything out. I'm on the last trip. I'm setting stuff down, and I swear to God, I hear a very clear adult male voice say, "Hello." And it surprised me because I'm the only one there. So I kind of like jump and I turn around and I go, "Hello?" And there's nobody there. So I walk out of the garage and I look around to see if like maybe one of my neighbors, since they know we're not moved in yet, was like making sure nobody was breaking into our house or stealing shit. Nobody walking their dog, nobody across the street, no one there, like nobody out there. So then I did the smart thing and I freaked the fuck out and I locked everything and I left. Like I closed the garage door, locked it, closed the door from the breezeway into the garage and locked everything and just got the fuck out of there. Then I was driving home and I called Kate and I told her, which also freaked her out.
Of course.
Because I'm hearing voices. And then she starts saying, because like my first thought was like ghost. But her first thought was like maybe there are squatters like living up in the attic above our garage or something. And once she put that in my head, it kept bothering me and I couldn't fucking let it go. And I knew like I drove all the way back home to Elgin, unloaded the groceries, and I went upstairs. I was like, listen, I'm going to go back to the house.
How far away is the new house from the old house?
35 minutes-ish.
Okay.
I'm going to go back, and I'm going to make sure that there's nobody in our new fucking house.
Were you armed?
I was. So okay. I was like, I'll let you know when I get there. I'll let you know when I leave. Get in the car. I had grabbed a
weapon or were you dual wielding?
Technically one, because I had my phone in the other hand, because this also became like a Zoom call adventure thing with the Get Show podcast, Garn and Justin and Katie, because they were doing Get Show last night. So I called them on my way to the house, which was stupid and insensitive because Kate was worried about me and I was having fun with my friends and I should not have done that. And I have apologized repeatedly this morning because she was very upset that I went on like a little video game adventure thing while she was freaking out worrying about, whether or not I was alive. So,
I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. However, in your defense, you now have multiple people watching what's going on. So if something goes wrong, there are several people who could call the authorities.
Which is what I said, but also she's like, yeah, but then if something happens to you, if you hadn't called, she wanted me, I should have called her, was her point.
That's what I'm saying. She's not wrong.
Yeah. If something had happened to me, what is she going to get? An Instagram DM? Hey, your husband's dead in your house from Katie? Like that doesn't go over well. Like she made a lot of very valid points. And like I said, I apologize for this. So anyway, I've got my phone in one hand. I've got a pipe wrench when I first get to the house, and then I had packed up this big knife that I sleep with next to my bed. So I pulled that out. I looked around the whole house, nothing. Didn't find anything, nothing. Everything was cool. Like
Nothing in the
10
attic.
minutes, vent through the entire house. Like
Okay.
everything was cool. So, but there is like a wall between where the garage and the house is that has like a little hole that looks like it was chewed by like squirrels or something. And when I flicked the light on, there was a light on the other side of there. And I did not go look through the hole to see what was on the other side of that wall. So I'm going to go do that today in the daylight.
Careful. That's how you get a dick poked in your eye, you know?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming it's not a glory hole because that person would have to be very, very tall. Like it's at the top corner. It's not like in the middle.
I mean, what if that's just a special kink they got where they hang from the ceiling and just, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah, good point. So maybe
Just saying, have you ever tried getting your dick sucked while hanging from the ceiling?
I've never tried getting my dick sucked while hanging.
Me neither, but now that that's in my head, I want to try it.
I've been trying to convince Kate to let me build a sex room in our new house or a sex dungeon. She won't let me, and that would be like top goal right there is finding a way to hang myself from the ceiling. So,
I mean, that means she can try stuff too. Get the swings and all that kind of stuff. All the stuff she wants to try, she can do it too. Like it's not just about what you want.
Exactly, that's what I was trying
to
tell
there's
her.
things
Like,
she wants to do.
We could try some stuff and win awards and shit.
Exactly.
Guinness Book of World Records shit. So anyway, that's why we're running early, is so I can get over to the house before I have to go to work, so I can go make sure, like on the other side of that wall, there's not like a mattress or sleeping bags or discarded food wrappers and shit. Because my mom's also going to be over there today, and I told her about it. Now she's kind of freaked out being in the house.
Of course.
But to be fair, I also woke up this morning and swore to God I heard Kate yell "motherfucker," and I went downstairs and her and her mom were there, and they didn't say shit. So I might also just be going crazy and hearing things.
Going crazy.
Yes.
As opposed to already being crazy.
Well, that's why Travis has a choice. We can only do half the work and still all the pleasure. That's what we learned yesterday.
Here's my thing. See, she doesn't get the fact that her pleasure brings pleasure to me because it once again boosts my ego. So, like
I'm sure she gets it. So
she forgets sometimes.
Yeah, so I did the smart thing and then I did dumb white people shit and went back and explored the house after hearing a voice in the house. So
I mean, at least you went back in there armed.
Yes.
You went in with more than a flashlight, because I've seen multiple movies when somebody hears a noise like hello and they go in with a flashlight, if that. And it's just like, oh, you stupid. You were only halfway stupid. You weren't all the way stupid.
Now that I think about it, if any of my neighbors were awake and saw it, they just saw me like walking around my garage holding a giant knife, and that's probably not a great like first impression for people that haven't got to know me.
It's okay, you're white.
Yeah. Because like I thought I was being smart. Like I opened like the big garage door because that's where the stairs are. So I was like, if I got to come out, I don't want to like go through a garage door and out a breezeway. I just want to get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm getting out. Like
you thought it through.
But everyone could also see in there and watch me walk around with a phone in my hand and a giant knife as I'm scanning the entire house and area. So.
Worse things have happened.
But today, first I'm going to get out of the, well, I'll save it because we're going to do the mysensualsecrets.com thing. So I'll save it for that because it'll link into that. But today, Travis, you want to talk about the Golden Globes.
Yes, the Golden Globes happened last night. And let me be completely honest with you all. I forgot that shit was happening. Like, it was just, I was going to hit it, man.
Well, you were talking. I figured I'd take
patient.
Well, you're talking. I'll do the banners. While I'm talking, you do the banners.
Anyway. Yeah, forgot the shit was happening. Until Amani reminded me last night as I'm, going to sleep, and she's like, "Yeah, Golden Globes are happening. Quinta won for something for Habit Elementary." I'm like, "Oh shit, that's a thing." Okay, I have to look into that in the morning. So I didn't watch the Golden Globes last night because I have a life, and I looked up, just looked up who won, and it was some interesting stuff that happened because For one, I don't know if any of you know this. I think I may have known at the time, but I forgot. The Golden Globes didn't even happen last year because things started coming out about how racist they fucking are. Because there was not a single black person on the Associate Press until after the George Floyd case. On top of that, last night Gerard Carmichael was the host. First time a black person's ever hosted the Golden Globes. And it was just like, damn, y'all. Really? I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but damn, really?
See, now I'm not an award show person. Like, I don't watch the Academy Awards. I don't watch the Golden Globes. I don't watch the Grammys, any of that shit. Like, award shows really aren't for me. Like, the only thing I ever actually watched was the MTV Video Music Awards back in the day, and I haven't even watched those in a long time. However, when you posted the article, I went and I looked specifically at the one with all of the awkward and uncomfortable moments that they recorded throughout the Golden Globes, a lot of which were the host pointing out that he's hosting a historically racist show and how racist they have been.
Yeah. He like even said in his opening monologue, he was just like, yeah, I'm here because I'm black.
And a lot of awkward laughing and silences and things like that. But
so much fun though. Like a few highlights though. I try to figure out when the cutoff for certain things is, because it's just like that made it in, huh? Like Avatar: Way of Water was nominated for Best Picture. And I'm like, when does it have to come out to be eligible? Because it had to be right at the cutoff. Because who has time to watch that and then, critique it properly and then compare it to others and all that kind of stuff in time for the awards, because they got to get those awards engraved and all that. There's a whole process.
Right.
But yeah, so that was interesting to me. But a few highlights. Kate Blanchett won for Best Actress in a Motion Picture for Tar. I didn't see Tar. This kind of reminded me how many movies I didn't see last year.
Dude, I didn't like outside of like Kate Blanchett or like certain people, I recognize their names, but half the names I didn't recognize, and half the movies or TV shows, I'm like, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, a lot of them were things that I had heard of, I just never got around to seeing. It's one of those things where like you kind of realize how much your life has changed.
Yep.
Like you realize this when it's no longer just you. Like there's so many things you used to randomly do just because that you just don't do anymore because it's not just you anymore. So like all the times I'd randomly go to the Alamo Drafthouse to just watch a movie just because. It's like, no, that's a whole thing. I have to plan this because there's someone else involved in my life now, and I can't just leave and go see a movie now.
Oh, absolutely. So now it's worse with Zoe, because now not only do we have to like, I just have to wait till, Kate's ready to go see a movie, but then we have to pick a day where we can get a babysitter to go. Whereas even before, when it was just the two of us, we used to just be able to say, oh, it's Saturday, we're going to go see a movie. Like, it is what it is.
Right.
But now I got to find someone to watch our child so that we have the time to go see a movie. And that's a whole other process. But Kate and I am constantly getting myself in trouble because so much shit comes out, and I ask Kate, oh, do you want to see this? And I'll think she said no, or she didn't seem interested. So I watch it, and then I get.
It happens to me all the time. It just happened to me. Like, because to me it was just like, I didn't think you like. I watched this with you once, and you seemed like you were not engaged at all. So I'm like, oh, you don't care about this. So I went ahead and watched it. It's like,
and then she's really, really mad at you for watching it. Exactly. So it's not just me. Okay.
Oh yeah,
so that makes me feel a little better.
When they, she does things that like clearly to me indicates like, oh, you don't want this, you don't like this, so I won't bring it up to you anymore. That's fine. I'll do it by myself. But
I'll show Kate trailers, and I guess the mistake is I don't pay attention to the mindset she's in when I show her the trailers. So I think she's being dismissive and uninterested in the trailer. So now I make sure I show them to her like 2 or 3 times to get a good gauge of whether or not she's interested. Because there are ones that I've shown her and she's been like, eh. And then there are ones that I'll show her again. She'll be like, oh yeah, no, I want to watch that. And it's like, last time you said meh, but it could have just been the mood you were in. That's on me. She's also giving me the finger right now from over, but it's true. Because I do get myself in trouble. I'll watch shit and then she'll be mad at me. And she's like, why did you watch that without me? So like everything has to be scheduled out. And we only have time to do it on the weekends because we work different shifts during the week.
Exactly.
And I'm watching all that fucking wrestling. So.
Yeah, yeah, lining stuff up. So that led to me watching less things last year. Is my point.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the movies less last year than I normally do. Like it's just like because I would randomly go when I'm supposed to be, doing other things, and like, yeah, I'm technically on the clock right now, but I'm going to go see a movie at the Draft House. They won't even notice. Like it's just like I'll do that because it's like because of where I used to live, like the Draft
Amani
House
says hi.
was less than 10 minutes away.
What?
Amani says hi.
Hi.
Kate says hi. Oh, Travis also says hi. He's waving though. He's not using his words.
You're still talking to me. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I said Travis says hi too. He's just waving though.
Oh, okay.
She said, "Oh, okay." Hi to Amani and oh, okay for Travis. Hi, JJ.
That's fine. I understand. Um, However, all that to say, a lot of shit that I didn't see last year. Few funny things like Michelle Yeoh won for Everything Everywhere All at Once, which still haven't gotten around to seeing, even
Me
though I heard it
neither.
was fantastic.
Same.
It's one of those she won for best actress in a motion picture, musical or comedy, which is still weird to me that how they lump together musicals and comedies because somehow that's the same thing to them.
Yeah.
And then drama is its own separate thing. I'm like, okay, I'll just go with that because that's a thing. But apparently, like they tried to play her off, and she basically told them to shut up, like do what I want.
I think somebody else did the same thing they were saying, where they were like, "Oh, the piano played," and they were just like, "Yeah, no, fuck the piano." Maybe Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I think it was Colin Farrell. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that. And then like a few of the winners were like seated like super far away from the stage, so like the whole walk up took forever. And it was like, yeah, you could have shaved some time off by putting people who were actually nominated closer to the stage.
Mhm.
Apparently it took 2 minutes for Quentin to get up to stage when she won for Abbott Elementary, Best Actress, I think it was. And like you wouldn't have had to try to play somebody off earlier or like later on had she been closer to the stage. Like
Right.
it's just like things you got to think through. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. Most likely, probably the person that did the seating arrangements didn't see what the nomination stuff was, and they didn't coordinate.
Well, I mean, they took a year off. They were a little rusty. You know, when you get accused of being a racist, you kind of have to lay low and hope that everything blows over. And they thought it did until the host came out. Excuse me. So yeah,
this is true too. This was funny as hell. It wasn't that long, but it was a very long speech for like it set a record for longest speech in award show history. The dude he went on for a long time. And the thing is, they kept trying to play him off, but when they played the music, it just seemed to inspire him to keep talking like it was background music. It was so good. I was cracking up. So great. The dude, it was Chris something. He played Kratos in God of War.
Okay. Well, he deserves it then.
Oh yeah. The game was fucking fantastic. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it felt like because it's like he heard the music and his speech got more impassioned. Like
that's what you got to do.
It was so good. But yeah, let's see who else won. But yeah, she said JJ pointed out that Tyler James Williams, Everybody Hates Chris, won for best actor in Abbott Elementary. They got nominated for a few things, but didn't win. They got nominated for supporting actors too. Like 2 of them did, but they didn't win.
I still haven't checked that show out, but I mean, all I've heard is good things about it. So,
oh yeah, it's really good. But yeah, best television series, Abbott Elementary won that. Apparently, The Bear won something, and I don't remember what it was. They were listed under comedy, and I don't remember laughing at that show once.
It had the dude from Shameless on it, right?
I don't know. I've never seen Shameless.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good show. That's a funny show.
Okay, but yeah, that's the one. It's set in Chicago in this like small little restaurant thing, basically centered around the kitchen part though. And if you've ever worked in food, this will really nail home for you. It's called The Bear. And Jesus, like there was just it is very anxiety inducing, especially when you've worked in food before. Like it's just okay. They won 2 awards. Okay, I knew they
So
won at least one.
That must be that actor's thing because Shameless is set in Chicago too. So like his two major shows that he's doing are both based in Chicago for some reason.
Yeah. So yeah, it's on Hulu. You should check it out.
All right.
Let's see. Was there anything else big that I wanted to make sure we talked about with the Golden Globes? Guillermo del Toro won for Pinocchio.
I don't think I'm gonna watch Pinocchio. However, his Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix looks interesting. That I do want to check out.
I watched. I think we only watched one of those episodes, and then it was like one of those things. Every time we had time to watch TV together and stuff like that, it's been late at night, and that causes discomfort. So
for you or for her?
More for her than for me, but for me too. Okay. It's one of those things for me. It's just like this is uncomfortable, but I'll be okay. But it's just best we watch that during the day. So
I love you. It's lunchtime. She's going upstairs. Also, I have to repeatedly say I love you because I'm in trouble. So
I get it. Amani says we will watch it early. Okay. That's not worth the argument. But yeah. Stifler's mom won a Golden Globe.
For White Lotus, which my mother-in-law has been watching and really enjoys, though I hear there's a lot of sex in it. However, I've also heard I get to see Alexandra Daddario naked again, and I will pretty much watch anything Alexandra Daddario's in. So that is on my list of things to check out as well.
Does Stifler's mom fuck anybody in the White Lotus?
I don't think you see her naked. I don't know if she does or not.
You don't actually see her naked in American Pie either. So it's just, I just want to know. I just want to make sure she's still getting some. That's all.
I know Aubrey Plaza does. I think Alexandra, and that's like season 2. Apparently, there's a lot of fucking
in that show.
Yeah. I hear it's pure smut, but it's good smut. I don't care if it's good smut or bad smut. I just love smut. When we watch anything together, it's always comic movies, which I don't care and bores me.
So just let him watch those on his own then. Then you don't have to be bored. Or is that not acceptable? If that's not acceptable, let me know. Or is that the only thing that y'all ever have to watch together? Like, is that the thing? Just curious.
I don't understand how she's bored by comic movies because I'm rewatching the MCU right now.
I mean, some people just aren't into it.
Apparently I'm allergic to something in my basement because this is getting ridiculous. Thank you, Amani.
Oh, okay. So he wants to watch it with you. Oh, he's just trying to share something he loves with you. I see.
There you go.
I get it. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything more with the Golden Globes. I don't think anything else is really all that notable. It's the Golden Globes. Honestly, like, yeah, people won, but who really gives a shit? But like I said, I forgot this shit was happening.
That is an extensive amount of time. Like, I didn't hate Black Adam. I didn't love Black Adam. I didn't think it was great. It's not something I'm gonna watch 5 times, but I didn't like. I saw people shitting all over it. I'm like, it's not that bad of a movie.
Yeah, it's not worthy of them shitting on it the way they do. It's not the best superhero movie I've ever seen by a long shot, but it was still enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who wouldn't enjoy seeing The Rock as a superhero beating the shit out of people. Like, that's what it was supposed to be, and that's what it was, and I enjoyed it for that.
Yeah, except Black Adam's a villain, not a superhero. So, like, I get that.
Well, he started as a villain and then was transformed into an anti-hero later on. But yeah.
That's true. That's probably what's going on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the fact that they should have had him be Shazam's villain first and let him become an anti-hero. Like, do the Vegeta thing with him. Like, it's very easy for me to see that in my head. It's just okay.
I get that. I've done that.
So he misses stuff and has to go back. And okay.
All right. So Mandy Rose news. She was on the Tamron Hall show yesterday. And I actually, JJ hit me up after our conversation yesterday, and then I DM'd her back and explained this. But so essentially, she said that when she dropped the title, she didn't know why she was dropping the title. But I mean, it's WWE. You come in, you get your script. They're like, oh, hey, we're putting the title on Roxanne Perez. So they didn't tell her, hey, we're taking the title off of you because of this stuff. It wasn't until after she lost the title that she found out what was going on. There was a lot of questions about, like, when did you know? Were there any conversations that she said due to confidentiality she can't talk about? She said, all I can say is that I was asked to take it down, and I did take it down. And then obviously she put it back up after she got a release. So we don't know what happened in those conversations. However, Tamron said, so there are rumors that there's full nudity on there. And she said, no, there is no full nudity. Now, the distinction, like, there is nudity and then there is full nudity. Full nudity is going to be but everything, right? So what you get with Mandy Rose is you pay your subscription fee. And after you pay your subscription fee, like, you'll basically see stuff that she can post on Instagram, maybe a little bit racier that might get her in trouble, but nothing that, what you thought you paid your subscription fee to get there. That all comes in DMs for another price.
Right.
And none of it is full nudity. So what it is it'll be her in a bra and panty set with her nipples hanging out over the bra, or like her in a hand bra where you can see her nipples, or like her sitting down in a pair of panties with her hair covering her boobs and her nipples poking through. It's not full nudity. Like, you're getting Playboy pictures for a price as opposed to Hustler pictures. She's not legs behind her head, spread eagle.
So wait, so you never really get full titty, is what you saying?
You do and you don't. So with the price of subscription, she'll do a live show, right? And at the end of the live show, she'll always kind of do a little something where, like, she'll take her bra off and turn around and give you a quick flash and then cover it with an arm bra and maybe miss a nipple as she's going to turn the stream off and shit. So you do see essentially full titty, but it's always...
That's not really full titty. She's still partially covering it with her hand. When I say full titty, I mean completely uncovered titty. I don't mean just being able to see the nipple. I mean fully titty.
I mean, I haven't paid for everything, so I don't know, but
you haven't seen it. Gotcha.
Everything I've seen, it's like nipples poking out of something. She called it implied. It's a little more than implied.
Yeah, that's beyond implied if you can see nipple. But
yeah, exactly. So, and then there's stuff with, like, her and Tino Sabatelli, ex NXT wrestler, where, like, she's on her knees in front of him and it looks like she's giving him a blowjob, but you're not seeing dick in my, like, she's not doing anything hardcore, but she's still doing Playboy-esque stuff that is probably where the issue with WWE came in. It's not Instagram photos. It's not, just you in a bikini or you in an arm bra where you can't see anything, or you're covering yourself with belts and shit. Like, it's different. But also, all of that stuff is behind a paywall and DMs. So unless you tune into the free live streams that I think she's done 2 or 3 since I signed up for the month, and I think I only caught one of them, but I listened, and she said, oh yeah, I was trying, because someone was like, I've been sitting here for 10 minutes and I haven't seen a titty yet, and I paid $30. And she's like, I always do something at the end if you stay to the end. And then she did. So, but yeah, that's really all the Mandy Rose news is. A lot of the real, like, questions about how she got released, and that's all under confidentiality. She couldn't talk about it. So
all the stuff y'all really wanted to know, she didn't talk about. Got it. Okay. And you were saying nothing much else happening on the Vince McMahon WWE front. No sale yet. There were some rumors, but nothing's really happening.
Oh yeah, no. Twitter blew up yesterday with rumors of Vince selling to a Saudi investment firm and all this stuff, and everyone was in uproar. And they're like, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm so upset. All these wrestlers are going to leave and having a shit fit and all this shit, all based off one rumor that somebody said. And then we wake up today and CNBC is like, yeah, Twitter was on fire last night, but yeah, nothing has happened. WWE is not sold. Everything's cool. So Stephanie did step down from the board and basically resigned from WWE completely. I don't know if that's due to her dad coming back and her not being happy about that, or knowing that a sale's coming, because the rumor was that Saudi was going to take the company private if they bought it. If they take it private, then there's no more board, there's no more chair people, nothing. Like they're just running the show.
They just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably should have brought this up during the Mandy Rose discussion, but it's okay because this episode of the Creatia Conversation is brought to you by mysensualsecrets.com.
Hold on. Before you do
what's
that, I'll give you a good tie-in for this.
Oh, do it.
Now that Stephanie's free, though, I'm really hoping I get a fan timer and only time for her because I've been wanting to see that longer than I've been wanting to see Mandy. Maybe a little something we can get from, I don't know, mysensualsecrets.com.
Yeah. MySensualSecrets.com boasts one of the largest catalogs on the web across all varying levels of adult toy categories with toys for him, for her, and for both. The product line is extensive compared to other competitors in the sexual wellness industry. Orders ship within 24 hours, so customers are always satisfied with both the price and quality. MySensualSecrets.com has top-rated reviews, exceptional customer service. So go there right now. Go to sensual.creationworld.com to receive 10% off your order today. That is sensual.creationworld.com. I want to clarify something that I said yesterday. I was saying that you could put in half the work if you got these toys. Let me rephrase that, okay? There are several of you out there who think, my dick game is phenomenal. Think my dick game is above everything else. But imagine if you add a toy on top of that. You thought you blew her mind before. Imagine you add this vibrator on top of that. Imagine what she would think then. Imagine what God level she would see you at then. So don't be afraid of the toys. Use them. Let them elevate you. Bring you to another level.
Okay. So
sensual.creationworld.com. 10% off.
When you started saying this, I thought you were saying that there are several people out there who thought your dick game was top tier. And I was like, I didn't realize you were
not going
see,
there.
Amani's with me. She's like exactly the way I took it was Travis is like, oh, he's out there saying there are several people out there that thinks he's got a top tier dick game. But what you're saying is there are several people out there who think their dick game.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Oh,
that they don't need
I need
assistance.
To choose my words a bit more carefully than I see.
You do.
Because
again, if me and Amani were correct, that would be another like barge in the door moment, tap you on the forehead. Like we did that 2 days in a row. You got to be careful about that, Travis, because that's what I heard.
Oh man.
JJ wants to know better than Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve isn't paying us, so yes, better than Adam and Eve.
There you go. Do you want to do the D&D live action stuff before we sign out, or?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick. It won't be long. Deadline has reported that there is a live action Dungeons and Dragons series coming to Paramount Plus. It's going to be from it's going to be filmmaker Rawson Marshall Thurber. He wrote the pilot script. He's set to direct the first episode as well. It's going to be on Paramount Plus. Got an 8 episode straight to series order. So awesome. That means it's happening. No release date or anything yet, but yeah, so that's coming. So on top of the movie that's coming this year, there's a live action series coming. It's going to be on Paramount Plus.
I didn't love Halo, but I didn't hate Halo, and all of the Star Trek stuff that I've seen on Paramount Plus has been fantastic. So I am excited for anything that is a property that I am familiar with, that I enjoy, that might go to Paramount Plus, whether I like using the app or not, and if I think the app sucks or not. The content on it is really good. So
right. So I'm looking forward to that. I agree with you too. I didn't love Halo, but I didn't hate Halo either. It's one of those things like, oh, this is cool. I'm cool with this, and I feel like I would enjoy it more if I really played Halo. Like I've never been an Xbox guy, so like I've played Halo like 3 times in my life, So
it depends on the kind of person you are, because a lot of people that hated the show were like Halo fans, and one of the things is like they never show you who Master Chief is. So when they show you who Master Chief is, everyone got pissed off because that's like disgracing the game. And also the people that wrote Halo said, we literally only got like information on the names of the characters and stuff. We have no interest.
There you go.
In following the story that is in the games. Like we're doing our own thing. We're just going to take the names of the weapons and the planets and the scenery and shit and do our own thing with it. So people also didn't enjoy that.
Okay. I see. I don't know. That's one of those things that usually doesn't bother me as much. Sometimes it does, but not to the point where I get like viscerally angry about it. I'll
Yeah.
talk shit just joking around like, yeah, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Like, this one episode of The Flash, they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Barry's supposed to be a cleric, and he was casting Sacred Flame and did an attack roll. I'm like, that's not how that works. First, you cast it on, it's supposed to do a saving throw, sir. Like, that's what are you doing? But that's as far as it went. That's one of those things. That's a quick check, like, just do a different spell.
I do not know that. However, I am so proud of you that you have that kind of information just on hand.
Oh man, but yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you for joining us on either Twitch or YouTube or even on Facebook today. You guys can find Creation World and everything we do on Facebook.com/Creation World or Twitch.tv/Creation World or YouTube.com/Creation World. Or if you're watching this after and you're not catching us live, you can also check us out on Pornhub.com/model/Creation World. And that's my favorite place to tell everyone to go watch us because we are the #1 everything on Pornhub. So go check us out there. Also, Instagram and Twitter, if you guys want to follow us, get updates on when new things are coming out. It's at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World, both Twitter and Instagram. We have link trees there that'll get you everything you need, whether it's our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Creation World, the Teespring, all of those things. I know the Patreon content has been delayed after the holidays. We are going to get back on it. We will have new episodes of Return to Wrestling and everything else that you get from us on Patreon coming very, very soon. We are sorry, but we will be back on that very soon. Also, you can follow Travis where?
Instagram and Twitter at Lord_Cussalot. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT.
You can follow me on Twitter only at Matt Ridders at METTRIDDER. Also at Getting Off. If you want to check out the horror side of Creation World, that is there and available for you, where I'm trying to retweet horror news. And again, that show will be coming back very soon as well. And if you just want to go check out everything, learn a little bit more about us, go check out creationworld.com. We have our own website. There's intro videos that let you get to know everyone that is in Creation World, what we do and what we enjoy. So you can kind of pick and choose what shows you want to watch from Creation World, because we've got a bunch of content for you to go look at and check out. Also, if you're a fan of Smack and Raw, you can catch me every Friday, 11 p.m., 11:15 p.m. Central Time, covering the week in wrestling with my co-host Vince on all of the places that we talked about, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or after the fact on Pornhub. And also, you can go join that Facebook group at facebook.com/group/SmackingItRaw.
Dope.
Anything else?
Nothing else from me.
All right, then. For Lord Cussalot, Travis Pointer, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Word Mad Ritter, and this has been your #1 news source for all that nerdish on Pornhub.
Peace.